Welcome to CrossYoga. My name is Ria. I'm the founder of CrossYoga and the host of this channel. And today I'll guide you through a short, really great flow sequence. So unroll your mat and let's get started. Step to the front end of your mat, hip-width distance in between your feet. Small micro bend in your knees, and maybe you start with just small movements in your core, your back. Exhale and sigh out. Gather your hands in front of your chest and maybe you close your eyes, prayer pose. As this is Christian yoga, if you want to pray with me in your heart, you're welcome. If you just want to listen, you're just as welcome. God, thank you for this time. May I focus my whole self towards you and your love and your compassion for me. Help me to calm my mind, to be able to listen to your voice and listen to everything that you're speaking to me in my body, soul, and mind. And instead of saying amen, let your hands drop down by your hip and do a big circle with your arms. Huge movement, palms meet on top of your head and pull them down in front of your chest in prayer pose. Let's do this a few more times. Inhale, take your arms out to the side. And use your Ujjayi breath. Exhale, draw your hands down in front of your chest. And whatever you long for today or need, if you have a request to God, ask as you do this pose. Next time your hands are together in front of your chest, bend your knees and fold forward. And if there's anything you need to let go right now, then do it as you lean forward, like surrendering, bowing down. Maybe you exhale, letting go of that worry or anxious thoughts or whatever. Then bend your knees even deeper down, lift up your chest, find your chair pose. Stay here for a breath or two. Strong core. And then lift up your hands, high mountain, hands above your head. Throw your arms out to the side and maybe look up and give thanks. Maybe you don't feel like you have anything to be grateful for, but probably if you really think hard, there is. I'm grateful for God giving purpose to my life and to everybody's life. Gather your hands, fold forward. Let the fingers reach the mat and step your right foot back. I call it lunge feet. So back heel lifted. And then move back. You don't have to stretch your both legs. Just move a little bit forward and back, rocking. If you can't reach the floor, you might want to use blocks for your hands. So just move and breathe. All right, next time the front knee is bent, walk your hands to the inside of the knee and then come into your wide-legged forward fold. Again, we're going to move a little bit like water from side to side. Maybe you bend one knee, the other knee. Let your head hang. So it's not as much a stretch as it is a movement.
Make sure knees and toes are the same direction when you bend one knee. And then we're going to turn on our mats. So that back foot, you turn to the front. So maybe you can't see the screen, but let the hand wrap around each, the foot there, and move forth and back just as we did before. So you know probably what you're going to do. Getting to your pyramid pose and your low lunge, moving forth and back. No need to stretch both legs, just get movements in there. And your Ujjayi breath is that snoring exhale through your nose if you can. And last time, bend the front knee again, walk your hands to the inside of the kneecap, and again, wide-legged forward fold. This time, let your legs stand still, toes pointing a little bit inward, and let your head hang, and let just your core sway a little bit from side to side. Maybe move your neck, saying no with your head and yes with your heart. Awesome. Walk your hands again to the front end of your mat where they usually are, so you can have a look at the screen probably. Step the front foot back, find your down dog. Again, do some movements. Maybe take one leg up and turn your ankles around, twisting a little bit, opening up. And release the foot, of course, left side as well. Move your leg up and maybe do a little bit of ankle movements. And then opening up your hip if it feels good. Really getting your knuckles and your fingers in the mat so you don't glide on the mat. It might be slippery just a little bit. Feet back in downward facing dog and stand still for a breath or two. Heels sink towards the mat. And then jump or walk to the front end of your mat. If you desire to jump, lift your heels, look forward, bend your knees, and then jump gently like you're making no sound as you jump. Forward fold. Inhale, lift your arms above your head. And exhale, forward fold, sun salutation A. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fly into your plank, either jump or walk back on knees or toes, elbows by your ribs as you lower down, a long exhale. Inhale, lift your chest, baby cobra. Tuck your toes under, exhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath. Again, jump or walk to the front end of our mat. 2 more times of these sun salutations. Forward fold, exhale. Inhale, high mountain. Use your arms. Lift up, maybe look up. And then exhale, fold forward, bend your knees if you need to. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plank to low plank. If you jump, make sure you bend your elbows a little bit as you land your feet. Inhale, lift your chest. And move to down dog, exhale. Again, one breath in down dog. And one last time. Inhale, jump or walk to the front end of your mat. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, high mountain. Use your core as you stand up. And forward fold, exhale. Again, half lift, inhale. Exhale, plank to low plank, lower down. Lifting your chest, maybe doing your up dog where your hip is elevated from the floor. And exhale, downward facing dog. Awesome. Stay here for one more breath. Again to the front end of the mat. Inhale as you move to the front end of your mat. Exhale, forward fold. High mountain, inhale. Let your palms stay above your head. Let your fingers reach up.
Lift up your right leg and move it forward. Bend your knee or maybe straighten out the leg depending on how much you want to go into your yoga practice today. And then move it back into Warrior 3, trying to keep your balance. Core engaged, foot flexed as you lean forward. Release your hands down on the floor and lift up right leg even higher, opening up your hip, coming to a forward fold with a split. So let your nose sink towards your knee. Breathe. And then slowly bend your knee and lower down, right foot on the mat, opening up your hip and get some distance in between your feet, Warrior 2. So opening up here, back foot somewhat aligned with the short end of the mat, looking toward the front end of your arms. Lengthen through the arms. Let the front palm move up and lift back into Peaceful Warrior or Reversed Warrior. Sink low into the front knee. Engage your core, your root lock as you move your hands. Let the front hand reach the inside of the foot here and lift up left arm. Opening up your shoulders and maybe take that back hand behind you. Go for a wrap if you're into that. Binding. Unleash your hands. Move your hands to the front end of your mat and step the front foot back, downward facing dog. Take your vinyasa if you like. Inhale to your plank. Exhale, lower down. Taking your time. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. And side it out. Let your chest sink low in between your arms. Some distance between your ears and your arms. Small micro bend in your elbows and maybe your knees. Again, jumbo walk to the front end of your mat. Forward fold, exhale. Inhale, high mountain. Take your hands above your head. Sink your shoulders down a little bit. Grasp your fingers. Lift your left leg up. Find a gaze or find somewhere to look in front of you. Warrior 3. Extend the leg back and lengthen through the whole spine, through the hamstrings. Closed hips. One more breath here. Preparing for opening up our hip. So fingers down, lift up left leg even higher, point your toes, and let your head move towards the front leg. And really breathe. Bend your knee and lower down left foot to the back end of your mat. Warrior 2, so lift up, get some distance. And sink low, knee and ankle above each other. Just as much as the front foot is involved, engaged the mat, so is the back foot. Not tilted up, but the whole edge of the back foot lower down. Again, breathe. Palms flip up and flip your fingers back. The peaceful warrior, as we call it in Danish. Engage your root lock, your core, as again you move to the front. Let the front hand, right hand move to the inside of the foot and lift up and lengthen through the shoulders, through the collarbones. And if you took that top hand behind the back before and wrapped and took a binding, maybe you do this also now. Release and let go. Step it back, downward facing dog. Again, a vinyasa if you like. Inhale to your plank. Navel in as you lower down. Exhale. Inhale, cobra up dog.
Exhale, downward facing dog. Almost there. Hope you're warm now. Lower down on your knees. You might fold your mat to get a little bit extra cushion for your knees. Tuck your toes under and let's do our camel pose. So if you're not used to camel pose, I would advise you to take your hands behind your back here to support your lower back. Lift your chest up and just stay here if that's enough. If you feel like going further back, move your hip forward so that knee and hip stay above each other, and then lean your shoulders back, maybe finding the heels with your fingers. Maybe just hanging your head. Engage your core and slowly take your hands behind your back and move up. Child's pose, get some distance in between your legs. Stretch your back, and I would advise you to take your hands behind you, here by your feet. And maybe move your head a little bit from side to side. Palms underneath your shoulders and lift up. So just one small thing left until we wrap this video up. Lean back, engage your core, shoulders back. Extend your arms long, and maybe you want to lift your feet off the ground. Really engage in that core. And breathe. And if you want to play and have some fun, extend your hands, extend your legs. One or two more breaths. Come on. Get your shoulders here lengthened through the chest. And then take a hold of your knees and move forward. Stretch out the knees or the legs and lean forward just for a short stretch for your lower back and maybe your hamstrings. This is a very short practice, and I don't want to guide you into a resting pose or a more deep stretching. You can do a yin class if you want after this. So this would be great for the morning maybe, or just in the middle of the day. Maybe you don't even need your yoga pants on. That's all for now. Thank you so much for joining, and God's blessings on your day wherever you might be.